A Sauk County community continues to rally support for the family and friends of a Reedsburg student who was killed while waiting for her school bus last week. Plus, state unemployment numbers are down, but there are still too many open positions and not enough people to fill them. How officials are working to solve that. And Wisconsin gains a national spotlight thanks to a hit HBO show. We'll explain what the buzz is all about. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. The community is rallying behind the family of a Sauk County student who was killed while waiting to board a school bus last week. Evelyn Gurney died when she was hit by a truck while waiting to board her bus early Friday. This happened on Highway 2333 near Northwoods Drive in the town of Excelsior. Community members gathered to remember Gurney over the weekend, placing flowers at her home and writing chalk messages to her in tribute. Our Catherine Merck joins us now live in Reedsburg with an update here. Catherine.
Eric, it's not that hard to walk through Reedsburg and see some type of symbol honoring Evelyn Gurney today. It's the community's way of showing the family that they have their support during this time.
It hits especially close to home.
In Reedsburg, a recent death of a student has caused those who knew the family to rally behind them. For the Baraboo professional firefighters and paramedics, even the smallest gesture is going towards someone that plays a big part of their lives.
Brian is a critical care paramedic with us. Actually went through paramedic school with him in 2012. And his wife, Melissa, was a classmate of mine in high school, and we grew up together.
Tyler Greenwood is selling these stickers to raise money for Evelyn Gurney's family. He and the other first responders are not alone in remembering this student.
Just to be here in their time of need is something that we just feel we should be doing.
In Reedsburg, you can see businesses and people everywhere with little reminders of Evelyn. Some turning their lights blue in her honor, others putting her number on their windows.
Reedsburg definitely have that sense of support between each other, and yeah, I saw what everybody's doing around, so it's just the less that we can do to show a little bit of maybe support and maybe make the family a little bit better, less worse, let's say.
Tyler says altogether, each of these symbols says something about this community he wants the family to remember too.
Really, without the support of the community, we might be sitting here with just a bunch of pieces of vinyl with a number on them, right? But once they become a reflection of Evelyn, they turn into something different.
The Sauk County Sheriff's Office has not released any information about the person who hit the student at this time. Reporting live from Reedsburg, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
Catherine, thank you. And a GoFundMe page has been set up for Gurney's family by her friends. In just 4 days, more than $77,000 has been raised, well over the $1,000 goal originally set. If you'd like to donate, look for this story at channel3000.com. We turn to weather now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti back after his holiday vacations trip with some of our viewers, and he has our first warn forecast. Nice forecast you got here, Gary, to come back to.
Yeah, you know, when I left, the weather was lousy. It rained every single day. I couldn't even mow the lawn before I left on May 2nd, and now the weather's really nice. Lots of sunshine out there. Up at the top of the map, notice below the banner, the kind of milky white north of Superior and Duluth. That's actually wildfire smoke from Canada that's been drifting southward into the northern portion of the Midwest. But right now, the thicker clouds are to our south and to our west, some light showers making it into southern Iowa. But right now, it looks like we'll stay dry for tonight. Last night, it was a little chilly. Here in Madison, we dropped to 39 degrees. Camp Douglas is down to 30. But to the south and west, a little more cloud cover kept temperatures in the 40s over southwestern Wisconsin. But notice the warmer temperatures today were to the north. In fact, right now, Madison's at 69, but it's in the 70s north of Dane County. Here in Dane County itself, look for current temperatures to be right around 70 degrees, 70 right now in Stoughton, 71 degrees in Cross Plains, and 71 in Waunakee. Look for skies to be partly cloudy this evening. Temperatures dropping off to the middle to upper 50s by late evening. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast. It does include some rain, but not a lot of it as we head through the rest of the week.
Gary, thank you. A fire Sunday afternoon in Columbia County left the Recycling and Solid Waste Center there damaged. Our Kyle Pazorski spoke with the Solid Waste Director today about what caused it. Kyle?
Well, Eric, they believe a likely cause of that fire was a lithium-ion battery, which are used in electronics like cell phones, tablets, and laptops. Greg Kaminsky says the county solid waste department has free drop-off program for items which have lithium-ion batteries, but people often end up throwing those items in their garbage or recycling. Doing this is what creates fires like the one on Sunday when a battery is crushed by their equipment.
They should not go in the garbage. They should not go in the recycling. We had a situation last October in our recycling facility where we had a small fire, but we caught it early enough before it caused any damage. So these things do cause fires.
He hopes that going forward, people will stop throwing these items in their garbage to prevent more of these incidents from happening. The building was not a complete loss thanks to a fast response by area fire departments, which were on the scene within 10 minutes. He also tells me that right now they are still assessing the damaged building, and that regular collection routes and drop-offs at the facility are uninterrupted.
Kyle, thank you. Wisconsin's presidential elections, of course, are no stranger to the national spotlight. Hit HBO show Succession, centering on the Roy family and their global media conglomerate, put Wisconsin on the center stage in last night's episode of the show, in which thousands of votes were destroyed in a Milwaukee firebombing during a presidential election. As that happens, the show's characters have to grapple with how to call the race, and it upends the entire election. Dane County Clerk Scott McDonald says the scenario is not so far-fetched.
Generally, what would happen then is that if those ballots are truly not recoverable, typically one of the candidates would file a challenge in court.
Now, McDonnell also said that Wisconsin does not have any laws on the books for dealing with catastrophic incidents that destroy ballots. Each county is responsible for making sure ballots and election equipment is safe and secure. New research from UW Health shows the most common form of trauma seen at hospitals is due to falls. Thousands of patients are treated for fall-related injuries each year. Most impact people 65 and older and take place inside the home. But there are a lot of ways to prevent falls in the home.
Make sure there's not stuff you can trip over. That includes rugs that may be curling up at the edges, or throw rugs that are not really well secured to the floor. That can actually be the thing that slips.
It's also important to be mindful of medications, footwear, or changes in vision. Keep floors dry and clutter-free, and if you're feeling unsteady, talk with your doctor to discuss physical therapy or exercise options that can help boost your balance. Just days after Title 42 expired, significantly fewer migrants have been crossing the border from Mexico. U.S. officials say the 50% drop is evidence that their new rules are working. Homeland Security comparing 10,000 migrant encounters a day before Title 42 ended, down to just 4,200 on Saturday. But not everyone agrees that a surge has been averted.
States Border Patrol has experienced a 50% drop in the number of encounters versus what we were experiencing earlier in the week before Title 42 ended.
They can't predict the peak. CBP said 40% increase is expected with Title 42 gone. That's another 9 million people in 2 years.
A judge's ruling last week temporarily blocked the government's release of most migrants into the U.S. before they have their court date, a move that's stretching resources in several host cities. The Biden administration is expected to appeal the no-release ruling. Time is running out for Congress to nail down debt ceiling legislation before the June 1st deadline. That's when U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says the country will run out of funds to repay debt already incurred by the federal government. Ivan Rodriguez explained what this means for the country and for families.
Washington's window to raise the debt ceiling is narrowing, as the U.S. is just over 2 weeks away from potential default if an agreement isn't reached.
If Congress failed to raise the debt limit by the time we default, we would go into a recession and be catastrophic.
Weekend staff-level talks between Capitol Hill and the White House were productive, according to sources familiar with the talks. But as President Joe Biden may be preparing to meet with top congressional leadership Tuesday, the way forward appears unclear.
I think we'll be able to do it.
It doesn't seem to me yet that they want it.
A U.S. financial crisis could unleash chaos around the world and impact millions of Americans.
Defaulting on our debt isn't only about financial markets. It's about paying our Social Security recipients. It's about paying our troops. It's about paying the men and women who are working the border today.
Bankrate's Greg McBride says the uncertainty alone is enough to wreak havoc on family finances.
It doesn't take more than just a brief disruption to create a hole that households may take months, if not years, to dig out of.
This as Americans are already contending with record household debt, more than $17 trillion worth, according to a new report from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York.
The more money that households are putting into debt payments, that's less money that's available for discretionary spending, which is a headwind to the economy.
But McBride says there are two key ways to protect yourself as economic conditions grow less stable.
Paying down debt and boosting your emergency savings. Focus on high-cost debt like credit cards.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Even though the government has until June 1st to raise the debt limit, there are only 4 in-session days on Capitol Hill between now and then. That means negotiators must come up with a plan this week that both chambers and the president can agree on. With Memorial Day weekend just around the corner, the unofficial kickoff to the summer travel season is all ready for takeoff. AAA expects the holiday weekend to be among the busiest travel times ever. With more than 42 million people expected to travel, nearly 3.4 million people will take to the skies since domestic flight prices are cheaper than last year, but international fares are the highest in 5 years. More than 37 million will be traveling by car, slightly lower than pre-pandemic levels, but up 6% from last year. AAA says that's thanks to lower gas prices. Coming up, a kayaker in Hawaii has a terrifying close call with a tiger shark. Plus, Wisconsin now has more jobs available than people to fill them. How the state is working to solve the shortage next at 5. Then tonight at 6, we'll introduce you to a Cambridge woman who celebrated her first Mother's Day this week and the odds she had to beat to get there. And Wall Street starts the week on an up note across the board. The Dow jumps 48, an 80-point gain for the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500 adds a dozen. We'll be right back.
Get 11% off all your automotive needs at Menards. Pennzoil Synthetic Motor Oil offers better fuel economy and protects your engine to keep you on the road. A 5-quart jug of Pennzoil Motor Oil is just $15.99 after rebate. Never let your small engine equipment run out of power with True Fuel. It's pre-mixed to save you time and delivers superior performance. Pick up a can of pre-mixed True Fuel for just $17.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
At Lawton Cates, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after an accident or return to the job following an injury, we fight the odds and the insurance company for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
You and running have been together for a while now. Fact is, so has Morgan's Good Form Running. We're here to help runners achieve their goals and push their limits in every sport or adventure they pursue. That kind of performance demands real innovations in technology, shape, and fit.
And we're experts in all of it, so no matter why you run, your best race starts here.
Morgan's Good Form Running, Hilldale.
If you're on Medicare and Medicaid, it pays to pick a plan with the benefits you want. With the iCare Medicare plan, members receive a spending account card that gives them $150 total per month to spend on food, OTC items, utilities, or even rent. Members also have a $0 copay for all covered Part D drugs and dental and vision coverage. Call to speak with a licensed sales agent who will help you find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
A massive fire engulfed the Columbia County Recycling and Solid Waste Center.
The 3-story building was heavily damaged, leaving the county grappling with the aftermath. We look into the county's plans and what residents can expect tonight at 6.
I want what is shown to the public to be what's actually happening.
A former employee of Madison's Henry Vilas Zoo makes some eye-opening claims about the zoo's animal care practices. News 3 Now investigates, Thursday at 6. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Record low unemployment rates are usually cause for celebration. Right now, Wisconsin sits at 2.5%, but that data comes with a catch. The Badger State has more jobs available than there are people to fill them. Tahlil Mohadeen looked into the state's push for a solution.
I find it calming, relaxing, I'm a very chill person. This is just perfect.
One napkin at a time.
Keeps me busy, keeps me focused, staying humble.
Richard Davis is finding fulfillment.
I've always been the type to just keep going. Like I'm just a hustler.
For almost 7 years, he's worked at Sardine, a French bistro off Lake Monona. On top of folding napkins, he polishes silver, waters flowers, and helps keep the place clean.
Yeah, it's real easy.
It's a huge help. I love Richard. I mean, he's like a ray of sunshine, always super consistent, always the same, and a great worker.
It's workers like Richard, officials from Wisconsin's Department of Workforce and Development want more employers to hire as a way to help tackle the state's worker shortage.
One of the things we have identified is that there are hidden talent pools throughout the state that historically have been underutilized.
Right now, for every job seeker in the Badger State, there are 2.4 open positions. DWD's Secretary-designee Amy Pachacek says that's because of decades-long trends in the making around low birth rates, baby boomers retiring, and negative migration.
And if employers are still hesitant to embrace some of these underutilized talent pools, they're going to be at a competitive disadvantage going forward.
A 2022 statewide report found that while most employers surveyed agree workers with disabilities improve culture, recruitment efforts lag behind. That's where places like Pathways of Wisconsin come in.
I can honestly say that I love what I do.
Transition coordinator Mike Olszewski says the Madison nonprofit works to pair employers with job candidates with disabilities, offering education and training, and working out accommodations.
I would say easy 90-95% just don't know much about what somebody with a disability can bring to their workplace.
But once they find out, Olszewski says a lot of employers tend to get on board, like John Gato over at Sardine.
As a business owner, you kind of have a responsibility to the community.
A community where Richard can keep doing what he loves.
And then like when people get their food, we can just say, oh, like how perfect the napkin is, like, yeah, and I'm the guy that gets it done.
Reporting in Madison, I'm Tahlil Muhaddin, News 3 Now.
Pathways of Wisconsin works with several other area employers, including Forage Kitchens, Madison Capitals Hockey, and Texas Roadhouse. The nonprofit has also maintained contracts with the state for almost 40 years. The return of the globetrotting. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi brings a nice Monday of weather with him. Hey, Gary, welcome back.
Thank you. It's nice to be back, and the weather has been improving. It was lousy when I left, but now it's nice, and it looks like it'll stay that way for a while. Another good sign is the river flood warnings for the Mississippi River have now been canceled for at least the Wisconsin portion. They still extend into parts of northwestern Illinois and eastern Iowa as the the moisture in the water works its way downriver. So still flood warnings in effect for the Mississippi River for Illinois and Iowa, and then also some river flood warnings over parts of Minnesota, South Dakota, and North Dakota. But at least conditions are starting to improve across our state. And right now, Doppler track just shows some light showers over parts of southern Iowa. The air across Wisconsin is still pretty dry, so those showers are going to have a tough time making it here. We do see just a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. A little better chance for Thursday night into Friday, but even then, the rainfall amounts, according to the Future Track computer models, show about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain through much of southern Wisconsin. Normally, this time of year, we get about 1 inch of rain per week on average, so it'll give us a little more time to dry out. 3 things you need to know. Look for mild weather for tomorrow and Thursday with high temperatures in the 70s. Tomorrow, it could be close to 80 and at least middle 70s for Thursday, but it won't be as mild for Wednesday and Friday with high temperatures mid-60s for Wednesday and probably around 70 degrees for Friday. Again, the best chances for rain are going to be Thursday night into Friday. Can't rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. And then we'll see dry weather this weekend and most of next week as well, with a warming trend that'll take our temperatures up into the 80s by Wednesday and Thursday. In fact, the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook taking us almost through the end of May, calling for above normal temperatures for much of the northern half of the country, with the highest probabilities just out to the west of us. The southern part of the United States expected to be cooler than normal with more cloud cover and rain there. That's where precipitation is expected to be higher than normal, southeastern and southwestern parts of the country. But notice across the Midwest, below normal temperature or below normal precipitation from Madison on toward the east. And again, that takes us through almost the end of May. So as we check out our plan of your night forecast for Dane County, 51 for the overnight low in DeForest, 51 in Madison, 52 in Mount Vernon, with partly cloudy skies overnight. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, low 49 in Janesville, 51 in Monroe, and 47 degrees in Lone Rock. For tomorrow, look for skies to be partly sunny. It'll be milder. Could see a slight chance for a late afternoon shower or thunderstorm. High temperature at 79. I'm thinking right now probably about a 20% chance of rain there. And as we look at our first warn 7 to 10 day forecast, look for a high temperature of 66 on Wednesday behind a cold front, and then those temperatures jump right back up into the middle 70s for Thursday. Better chances for showers and thunderstorms Thursday night, and then some showers on Friday with a high temperature of 70. Be around 70 for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Lots of sunshine in there. And then as we get into the middle part of next week, those temperatures jump up again. We're back to near 80 on Tuesday and probably at or above 80 degrees for Wednesday and Thursday. Right now, it looks like the best chances for showers and thunderstorms for next week will be toward the end of the week, from Thursday night perhaps into Friday as we head toward the Memorial Day weekend. As we check out our first warn traffic right now, the Beltline looking pretty good. Here's the view, just a little bit of a slowdown on the eastbound Beltline between John Nolan Drive and Monona Drive, a little bit of a slowdown towards Stoughton Road as well. Otherwise, traffic moving pretty well on the Beltline, I-39, 90, and 94 on the east side of Madison. Right now, we're on a 15-minute trip either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and I-39, 90. 19 minutes inbound from Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue. Outbound, it'll take you 18 minutes from downtown to Sun Prairie, 16 minutes on US 12 from Middleton to Sauk City, and 24 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-39, 90. That's your news for you now, First Warn Traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Some pretty terrifying video of a tiger shark coming after a fisherman in a kayak. This was off the coast of Oahu. Check it out, and this is not what you want to see if you're in a kayak a mile out in the ocean. That's a tiger shark sampling Scott Haraguchi's kayak. He was wearing a GoPro because he had just caught a fish. He thinks this tiger shark mistook him for a wounded seal that was a short ways away.
So I'm thinking that the shark actually disabled and wounded the seal, let it die, or was waiting for it to die, came back and thought I was the seal and attacked me instead.
Well, the marks on the kayak, they were pretty small. Scott wasn't hurt, just shaken up and happy to live to tell the tale of the one he's glad got away. And Scott actually just went back to fishing. Coming up, vinyl sales continue to skyrocket. We'll take a look at why records remain in popular demand. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Recent hailstorms in your neighborhood may have caused damage to your roof. Don't let fly-by-night, out-of-the-state, inexperienced roofers rip you off. Who should you trust to fix your roof and do it right? Fry Construction. For more than 20 years, Fry Construction and Home Improvement has continued to earn the trust of area homeowners. And when the roof over your family is damaged, we jump into action. After all, we're your neighbor too. Call Fry Construction and Home Improvement now to get your free hail inspection.
Enjoy the simple pleasures of an era gone by.
Help.
Join the circle of life at the Lion King.
Now on stage at Overture Center through May 28th only. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
This is how legends
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, current Chevy owners get a $4,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
He's going to speak now.
The good news, US Cellular gives you $1,200 off any phone with no trade-in needed.
Wow,
So, friend who always has a broken phone can finally get a new one.
Oh, it's just a scratch.
It's broken.
Oh. Oh.
It's busted.
We're good. Oh, no.
Get $1,200 off any phone with no trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way. All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Music lovers are once again spinning records in record numbers. Michael George explains why vinyl continues to be so popular.
Saxophonist Mike Cohen says there's really only one right way to listen to music.
Vinyl.
There's no comparison.
No, none.
Cohen has been collecting records for decades. He says vinyl sounds much richer than digital music.
This is what they sounded like. You know, this is what this band sounded like.
In the room.
In the room. I mean, as close as you're going to get.
Bulky records sat on dusty shelves with the emergence of cassettes, CDs, and then streaming. But now music fans are rediscovering vinyl. 41 million records were sold last year, topping CDs for the first time since 1987.
Formats have come and gone, but it's really incredible that this century-old format, has come back so strongly.
Joshua Friedlander of the Recording Industry Association of America says more than half of today's record buyers are younger than 45.
Some people like the classic look and feel, the bigger artwork, the tactile nature.
Contemporary artists are taking notice, with vinyl releases from Taylor Swift and Adele topping recent charts. Mike Cohen says he's glad people are hearing the difference.
There's a bigger appreciation for what's on the actual record versus just being able to punch anything up digitally.
What was once part of music's past, now spinning back into the future. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
While records are once again the most popular physical media for music, streaming still makes up 84% of all music revenue. We're back with a final check of your First Warn forecast after a short break.
We're kicking off Bob's Summer of Savings in all my stores coast to coast this Memorial Day weekend. Celebrating over 30 years of furniture fun in my now 165 stores across the United States. Plus, get Bob's discount on my highly rated furniture, mattresses, and more.
George uses AT&T. Anthony has Spectrum One. With AT&T, George pays $55 for internet and $75 for his unlimited extra mobile line.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Anthony gets internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and mobile for $49.99 a month. Go to spectrum.com/save more to see how much you can save. Get Spectrum internet for only $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line. Visit spectrum.com/save more or call 833-714-4999 today.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To your big promotion.
And to your new house.
I know. What? I guess you had to move fast in this market.
Right? Best thing I did was get a pre-approval from Summit. Once I knew my budget, I only looked at homes I could make a serious offer on.
And how's construction going on your place?
1 month left.
Must be stressful.
Actually, no. I'm working with Summit too, and they've been great about answering all my questions and guiding me along. It's been easy.
Whether you're building or buying a home, Summit Credit Union is here to help.
At Honda, we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Just enjoy the ride, knowing we cover routine items like oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. Honda Service Pass, available to purchasers of all 2023 Honda vehicles. Get yours today.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
Did you leave the lights on?
No.
What the?
I'll go check it out.
I'm not a raccoon whisperer, but I can help you upgrade all this.
With free installation on Felco windows, siding, doors, and roofing, plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home.
This offer ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Felco.
Get Bob's discount on furniture, on lamps, on chairs, on mattresses,
On rugs, too.
Get Bob's discount! Only at Bob's Discount Furniture.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, there are national shortages of teachers, nurses, and other important jobs. So why is red tape stopping some military spouses from getting those positions? We head to Capitol Hill to get answers tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti returns. A final check of the forecast.
Looking nice out there. Skies are sunny. It's a hazy sunshine, but you can see the sun nonetheless coming on through. And the live view from the Platteville Quimby Radio Skycam also showing plenty of sunshine over southwestern Wisconsin. Current temperatures 69 in Madison, a little cooler closer to Lake Michigan, but still 64 in Milwaukee isn't bad. Farther to the west and north, though, temperatures are a little bit warmer. 74 right now in Black River Falls, 72 degrees in Camp Douglas, and 73 in Wautoma. Across Dane County, temperatures around 70 in the eastern part of the county, 70 in Deerfield, but to the west, a couple degrees warmer for the most part, 72 in Cross Plains, 71 degrees in Sauk City. Look for skies to be partly cloudy this evening. Temperatures will drop off into the upper 50s by late evening. Look for high temperatures tomorrow, close to 80, but maybe a shower or thunderstorm chance late in the day.
All right, Gary, thank you. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.